All right, so Red Prison Community posted this one. It did catch my interest. So I even had a little bit of an idea of replacing Blood Moon with Blood Sun. And the idea was to combat 4-color control with this, because losing the ability is an interesting thing when you play against fetch lands. And we were going to do it with Desperate Ritual. This person chose Strike It Rich. I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I don't like that we have 4 Light Up the Nights, but when you think about what this list is trying to do, it's trying to generate a lot of mana with Lotus Field, so Light Up the Night, a pair of those could just be lethal, quite frankly. So we do have that. Instead of Fire Torch of Defiance, I'm doing Fire Artisan, because with the amount of mana that we generate here, you could top deck a Fire Artisan and end up doing 10 off a Light Up the Night for 4, which would be the finishing blow if you just did something maybe with 2 Lotus Fields in a mountain for 6 the previous turn. That would be 16 across 2 turns. Awakened Inferno is way here at the top here. I kind of like the Storm Breath if we have to go a little bit larger or wider. I wouldn't mind the idea of potentially Rabble Master in this. Again, I don't think you need 4 Light Up the Nights, but we're going to give it its run here. Lightning Bolts and Fury should keep everything at bay, so instead of Anger the Gods, we're going to try that. And then I decided a Relic was a little bit more important than a Trinisphere, and a Damping Sphere was a little bit more important than a Kozilek Return. We do have a Walking Blister for Pro Red, but I'm actually thinking that we might be able to go over the top against some of the red folks. Let's just have some fun. Have I tried Void Mirror? Not like main decked. I can't say I've tried Void Mirror main decked, but I've thought about doing it as something that would prevent all of the elementals against that 4-color Omnath elemental pile. But once they get to 4 mana, then they kind of just cast this stuff anyway. All right, so let's just see what this does. This is a totally kind of random list, if you will. Let's look for hands with Blood Sun in it and removal. Although this has 4 mana, it's kind of slow. All right, this is okay. I'll have to see how many times you get kind of got without having the Blood Sun in our hands. I think I want to keep this, and I might get rid of actually Fury here. If it's a Thoughtseize deck, then we have the bridges. If it's something we have to kill much quicker here, the Fury wasn't being cast anyway. But yeah, give this one a shot. Not having too much luck with the red-white lockout tonight. And we're going to probably start to play around with a little more of the Black Coffers list, because of all the lists that I've played, it is one of the few... Oh my gosh, am I going to just die here to the Glimpse combo? All right, well, I get to kill one of these. I get to kill both of them, technically. Then Ensnaring Bridge is actually ironically decent in this matchup. I just realized I am literally out of water. We might have to stop and get water. All right, so where's Chalice on a 0? That'd be fabulous. Need some Chalices on 0 against this opponent. 2 lands will do it too. Do they attack me? There you go. There you go. Boop. Coffers list when? If this one tanks, we might just play tonight. Who knows? Land. It's land. It does come into play. I'm going to go ahead and do that to start emptying the hand out here if I can. I don't like Golos in the deck as much as everyone keeps pressing for it. And I did play it, and while it did decent things, I believe it's more win more than I like in a list. I like to be more on the edge of my seat, if you will. All right, what do we think? They've got it. They're going to glimpse us and start. Looking for one more land here, not Lotus. So I have 4 dead lands in the list. Valakut Awakening is a land, but it comes into play tapped, so I guess we have 8 dead lands. Tireless Provisioner creates food tokens. All right, strike it rich. Theory is that next turn I can at least do Karn. Let's see if they do a fetch land first and spin, or if they've got one more turn before they find the Glimpse combo. They've got one more turn. Luckily, Karn's got a beautiful Chalice in the sideboard. We can go snag that. Got to probably avoid Boseiju. Got to avoid other pesky things. There's a Wave Sifter. Investigates twice, so they're not spinning yet. That gives me the turn here. Karn, Great Creator. Down tick. Yes. Chalice, 0. Is it good? Is it good? It's definitely there in play now. The question is, what do they have to get rid of this? Another Wave Sifter. That just makes clue tokens. Okay. It's a variety of things I could go get. Let's go ahead and start with Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe draw another land. We did, but it's a land that comes into play technically tapped right now. I guess let's get rid of a clue token here. Kill the Tireless Provisioner and put the Lotus Field in, just to give us more going on here. Sacrifice 2, right? Sacrifice non-basics. Needle Boseiju? We could. We definitely could. One thing we've got going for us right now is that usually they don't have a lot to kill this. I'm gonna go get Liquid Metal Coating. I'm gonna be playing that this turn. Shoot. Forgot these were legendary. Needling Boseiju is the way you stop Boseiju. I just have no idea what they're doing, but I think if we can get a quick Blood Sun, we'll be okay here. Chalice, I think I leave the one Chalice here. We do want the bridges in this case. A Damping Sphere could be played main decked here. Lightning Bolts are okay. Chandra Awaken Inferno is way too slow. I think I'm just going to bring Relic in this and Damping Sphere in. The idea being that if they do start to kind of get rid of some stuff, the Damping Sphere might slow them down. Shock. Put this. I think I try this. Only because I have the Karn, and I think I can get the Karn out faster than normal. And then I can use Fury to clear up some of the stuff going on. So shock in, strike it rich. I'm not going to use Fury yet. Pass turn. Yeah, so this is intriguing. We can't say whether we like it or not yet. I've never been a fan of this. We're going to test it out here. We're going to test it out, see if it performs well or not. If we could top deck a Blood Sun here, won't matter because this comes into play tapped, right? Yeah, tapped. I've thought about that for a while. I want to kill both plant tokens here. And we're going to just exile to do this. It seems like a little bit of a waste here, but I really do want to kill both of these. When my opponent starts spinning things, the more pieces on the board they have, the better they are. You're drunk. I want to see good magic. Well, today's not our night, so... See, a Blood Sun would have been good there. My opponent would be stuck on 2. But what do they do with a Stomping Ground here, right? Top deck a land, we get to do Karn. Opponent plays a Fury. They're doing this so that they can spin and have 1 extra piece here, because they're going to spin at instant speed. Here they go. Spin away. So they have 4 pieces here. They're going to cascade, go into it. And they're hoping to really hit some sort of nasty combos here. Oh. That's pretty good. It's not a bad start. At least I have a bridge to slow this down, but it's a pretty good start. Titan on board. Titan is indeed on board. Another garden and an island here. I'm a little nervous that they have an answer for, like, Chalice, so they'll have an answer for this bridge. It's a lot of hasting tokens. If I get a red spell, I can kill most of them. Down to 7, so I need a red card. That's so ironic. So I could play Blood Sun. If I do that, I could then Lotus. I technically gain a mana. Loses hexproof and the battlefield tapped stuff. Then I could play bridge. Yeah, I guess that's the line here. And hope they don't spin again, right? We draw a card with this. Oh shoot, I forgot about the draw. But I don't think it matters. Ooh, we have a lot of mana next turn. All right, I don't think it matters that I have 3 cards in my hand. We're getting hit for 5 probably, and then we're just praying. But I have a lot of mana next turn. We'll see if they have an answer for bridge here or Blood Sun. If they needed red mana, and they have a fetch land, they can't get it. Nope, they have no red. Now they might have Shardless Agents, as mentioned. And they can spin for more of these and attack me for sure. But they gotta do that first. So they attack me for 5. I'm at 2. Oh, they're going with the plants. So okay. Woo! Backup plant. Whoa! No, no, no. They're scaring me. I'm going to 2. All right, we're at 2. 6, 7, 8. So I can empty the hand here. And if I empty the hand, I empty it with Karn. 4 and I have 4 afterwards. I pitch and all that good stuff. And if I did that, I have 4 afterwards. I don't think I do Walking Blister or anything though. I probably just get a liquid metal coating. So let's start with Karn, see what they do to that. And they're thinking. I could get a backup bridge too, but I think they'll be able to destroy 2 things, right? I wonder if a backup bridge is just smarter. Because if they have the one thing that kills and it's a spot removal type of kill. I'm going to get another bridge here. I think it's safer. My brain tells me it's safer. And then we'll just exile here, be empty-handed, double bridge Karn, and see where that takes us, right? 2, 3, 4. And worst case scenario, they get to attack with a 1/1 somehow by bouncing something. And then I could go get like Walking Ballista to defend myself for another turn. All right. Otherwise, maybe liquid metal coating, but I am a little bit afraid of like a Force of Vigor. This is 4 mana. Ping, ping. I'm dead. Yep. All right. So Force of Vigor is their card choice here. Chalice on 4 is something to follow up with. I don't have too much of an answer for exactly that scenario, unfortunately. Relic and Damping Sphere not feeling good. I need to be faster. Let's bring Storm Breath then. Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Force of Vigor was the blowout. That's what they had. There's no point in that scenario where I can stop that. I'd have to have them have no green card and then also have to stop the 4 mana that they have. If I could stop Titan, it'd be nice. All right, we'll keep this opening hand. We'll test them. Why not? Give them the good test with the Chalice on 0. And get schooled? Just drink some water, Insight. Drink some water. All right, tap tappy, Chalice on 0, pass turn. I took a line. I don't know if there was a best line. I was trying to avoid Beseiju. That's the big thing we were trying to avoid there. Just play that tapped, take no damage, doing the things. Opponent's got to remove this and spin, spin, spin. Obviously, those are things they can do. Here's a perfect example where Blood Sun starts to slow them down because of all their fetches. There's Beseiju. Interesting. Interesting. So they've ditched the Beseiju here. They must have a Force. Play a Chalice on turn 3. I don't think it really changes a whole lot. If they end up killing it, I get a Chandra faster. They really want to be doing their stuff earlier, like Wave Sifters and others, and making clues and stuff that becomes relevant when they do spin glimpse. All right, that's a good card. I'm going to get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer and light up the night here. Probably planning Chandra next turn. Bridge is a nice one. As we saw, they do attack us. Ban Titan. Another Wave Sifter making tons and tons of clues here. Opponent might not have their land. Goes Fury. They need to kill our stuff. They're looking for their 4th land, it looks like. All right, I'm going to Chandra here. I have a light up the night down here. Chandra gets up here a few points here, and it'll be game over for them. I don't believe I use that Fury to get rid of the Valakut Awakening or the Chandra. Because I could do a Chandra here, down tick, and then play this Chandra up to 5, and then hit him for 10, 17, and that's game. So 2 turns here, really. Opponent's looking for that land. 1 up, 2 up, and then 3rd turn we win. Theoretically. Strike is a cool card. Wow, a lot of strikes. Strike. Valakut. Bridge. Wait a turn, then try to strike Chandra. All right, they didn't draw the land last turn. They're going to do a double draw here. Clue plus the top of the library here. Blood Sun is a very live draw for us, by the way. Clue draw. Opponent concedes. All right. So next turn, we're drawing land. We uptick. So we're going to put this down. Karn, downtick, liquid metal coating, stops a land. They'll need to get rid of the chalice. They'll need to get rid of the bridge. In a way, they need to get rid of the liquid metal coating. Then we go down here, look at 7. Up here, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I probably have cast a Strike It Rich, and we get to do this as well. This would be 5. This is 7. This is an additional 5, and that's the game. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let that run. Need water. We'll play match number 2 in a second. All right, next match. Off we go. Mono G Falcons are next opponent. You demand Charles? Right there. All right, 1 land. Uh-oh. All right, this is the mono blacklist. Mulligan here, looking for Blood Sun if we can. There it is, with 1 Lotus field. Very sketch. Let's keep. Get rid of a light up. Very sketch hand. I love it. I love a good sketch land. They're gonna take the Valakut Awakening. I'm gonna concede in the dark. Boom. Boom. They have no idea. Good concede. Good concede. All right. We need to bring in Damping Sphere. Nah, Damping Sphere can get off Karn. We can basically get rid of the bridges and bring this nasty stuff in. Man, I'm going to play Emrakul. Why not? Get rid of a Light Up the Night. Actually, get rid of a Lightning Bolt. Let's do it. All right. They have no idea what we're playing. It's the stealth concede. Strike It Rich doesn't get hit by Fatal Push, Bolt, Prismatic Ending, a variety of other things, and doesn't get stopped. Strike It Rich, just, you cast it. What just happened game 1? They were going to take my Valakut Awakening. I had only a Lotus field. I had no other mana. I was going to go 3-4 turns before I found a land. And at that point, I'm pretty sure Black Coffers would have us. Why Emrakul? Because I'm going to smash my opponent's base in. Keep. All right, we're going to play Shatter Skull first, by the way. That way it doesn't get stolen. And this just looks like a Belcher for the moment. They're going to panic. We're going to try to get Chalice on 1 to stop Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes. We can stop maps as well from going and getting the lands that my opponent needs in the future. Basic Swamp, Inquisition, bye-bye Chalice. Whoop, down there. Whoop. Death to Chalice. Do 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 do. Goodbye, Chalice. Do 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 do. Striker Rich. Striker Rich. Striking. Who's the big mana deck now? Explorers to play another land. This is a little bit of the older version of this. They're not doing that anymore. 1, 2, 3, strike it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on turn 3. I can guarantee you Ragavan can't do that. There goes 1 light up the night. Goodbye. 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 Go dragon. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs 2 more. Blood Chief's Thirst. Rude. Why are you doing that still, opponent? All right, we're almost there with the light up the night and the lightning bolt just being lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Basically, my opponent's at 2 over the course of 2 turns. See what they do. Search your library for a card with a mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Uh-oh. 5? Cabal. Oh, that's an interesting way to get Cabal. All right. Blood Sun off the top, please. Interesting. All right. Play. 1, 2, 3. Strike. Pass turn. Maybe bolt, maybe light up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm 1 away from killing them. Top deck land, I light up the night, and then I have the bolt for the win. Okay. Ow. Ow. Opponent's going to take light up the night. Now they're at 9. Okay. And the Cabal Coffers. My opponent has all kinds of mana here. Profane Tutors. We top deck a land, which would have given us the win over 2 turns. I have a bolt, and my opponent's got all the mana in the world. I'm a little surprised to see the Blood Chief's Thirst to kill the Storm Breath, unfortunately for us. Okay. We go to 5. I think we're going to take a loss here. Just another Invoke. What do you got for us, opponent? Yep. Dark Petition goes and gets Invoked. They cast Invoke. They win. All right. Okay, they do Beseech instead. Reveals a Torment of Hailfire. Interesting. End step will bolt. This gives me a light up the night as a win, possibly. Does this target people? Creatures and or planeswalkers. Bummer. If we would have done a light up a little bit earlier, we would have had it. Although I say that, my opponent would be a little more careful with how they cast things too. No moon, but there's Blood Sun. So it does the same exact thing. This deck is about making the big manas. Banefire. Banefire could be in there, but we're running Light Up the Nights instead. Alright, I'm not going to bother with this. My opponent has a Torment. Go to match number 3. We know they have it. Just click the mana's opponent. Just click the mana's opponent. All right, didn't find Blood Sun there. Blood Sun would have definitely done nothing against the coppers, right? Because it's a mana ability. But it would have stopped the Urborg. Would have been interesting. It could have slowed some things down. I think I'm just disappointed they were able to kill the Storm Breath. I was kind of really hoping that was going to hit 2 or 3 times there. Kind of hoping that was going to do that. I think one thing that's potentially missing here is just maybe 1 or 2 more Planeswalkers with our Light Up the Night strategy. Get to play first here. All right, we're going to keep this. This is the closest we've been to actually getting the Blood Sun and the Lotus Field online. So let's give it a shot, shall we? We're 1-1. My opponent's 0-0. We're going at the speed of sound tonight. Well, never mind. Good game, opponent. Griefs us. Gets rid of a Stitcher. Didn't play a land either. We'll take Blood Sun, I imagine. Takes bridge. Interesting. Huh. Has a fetch land. Blood Crypt. Stitchers. All right. Just gonna pass. There's an Archon over here, which is a problem, and probably why they took the bridge. All right. Isn't looking too bad. We'll play Blood Sun, draw. Let's go ahead and Fury so that the priest isn't there anymore. Next turn, I can do Karn. If they don't have a persist here, the Karn can go get Tormod or Relic. Why don't use this Neonate? They play a Marsh Flats, and Marsh Flats is taken offline here. Oh my gosh, is it happening? Is it happening, chat? Is it happening? Woohoo! Blood Sun stopping the fetch land. Should have taken that one. Karn down tick, though. That goes and gets the Relic. And I can also strike it rich here. And then who knows what we're doing. Holy cow. Relic in. Chandra out. Blood Moon would stop Lotus Field. This list is very much around the Lotus Field idea. Can't do Lotus Field with Blood Moon. Not following your logic. I really don't like the Valakut Awakenings. I think I want this as a different thing. So let's go ahead and still keep this hand. Let's go ahead and shock in here. Strike it, pass. Yeah, we don't sack with Blood Sun. The idea is Blood Sun. Got an answer for Priest. Bolt, pass turn. Here I'm going to have to sacrifice, which will probably be okay. There's a Fable. That makes mana. Make 3 here. Do I need to kill this? I think maybe I just kill this turn. The reason to just kill it this turn is I have 2 bridges. I don't want them to get extra mana here. And if I top deck a land, I'm good. I also get Karn and Downtick, which is kind of a critical thing. Karn Downtick is pretty nice. That way I get rid of the graveyard. Stitcher. Stitcher finds a Grief and a Stitcher. They could persist the Grief if they wanted to. Then they can get rid of the Karn. I have double bridge, though. Ingot Chewer. Interesting choice here. Gets rid of the treasure token. Float some red mana here. Let's get rid of Stitcher. There's a Persist and another Stitcher. Land? The Blood Sun. Well, let's go for another land here. I'm not ready to put just a bridge down just yet. Blood Sun into. Wow. I love it. This game's great. Season Pyro. Ephemerate Season Pyro. Oh, I love that. That's pretty sweet. Except they get to just look at cards and keep one of them. Persist, 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 persists all go away. All right. Everything attacks me right now. Let's do a bridge number 2 and a strike it rich here. Then I can worry about doing something with Karn. They're attacking me anyway here. There's not much I can do. They can ephemerate Seasoned Pyromancer. They can recopy Seasoned Pyromancer here. There's a lot that my opponent can do right now. They don't appear to want to do that. They'd rather attack me, it seems. Fable. I need to get under these bridges. Kiki copying an Archon would be bad. Yeah, it'd be rough, that's for sure. Opponent gets a hit with a whole bunch of stuff. All right, I have 4 and 4. I could put a... Like, I could go empty-handed here and go get a Tormod's Crypt, which is sort of tempting here. My opponent's going to get to draw a lot. I think that's still probably the plan, though. I could also light up the knight for 3 and leave 1 card in hand for a turn. I'm going to copy with this, though. I'm gonna shoot here instead. Oh no, that's 4. Do I want to do that? Say copy Seasoned Pyromancer again. Keep looking. All right. I'm gonna go empty-handed here, and I'm gonna uptick with this card. And we have the graveyard covered with Tormod's Crypt. We have double bridges. Yes, my opponent gets to look a lot further here. This is enchantment creature. I have currently 7 mana. I can't quite do Walking Ballista. I get draws here as well. My opponent's got lots of draws. The key here is that what can I do with the Tormod's Crypt on their graveyard? And I don't have to use this anytime soon. The other question is, what are they possibly hitting these bridges with? And if I could figure that out, I could put a Chalice on the color. It could be just Ingot Chewer, so I might just go get Tormod's Crypt. Ingot Chewer here. Sorry, Torpor Orb. Because I'm not going to put a Chalice. Oh, I could put a Chalice on 5, probably. A Lotus Field would let me put a Chalice on 5 because I have 10 mana, which is kind of stupid. It's probably got to be Torpor Orb, right? That would stop this stuff too. Let's look for Torpor Orb next. A couple of Ephemerates here. What's a Burt? Big Chandra would be a funny one to get. Wear and Tear, maybe? What? Mono red. There's a Fury. Yeah, Torpor Orb looks really good here. We're going to do that. So land drop. Let's go get a Torpor Orb. That seems to stop a lot of things. And pass the turn. They seem to be all in on creatures. I just don't know what spell. I can think of like K-Command. They could play a Braid. They can play a Shattering Spree. So it's really hard to just pick. It would have to be like a Braid or a K-Command that we're worried about. So we'd probably like put it on 3. The Torpor Orb is enough. My opponent's on all ETB creatures. We take it 2-1. Shatterstorm, hopefully. Blow up everything. Uh-oh. Cheerios. We're going to keep this because the Fury gets rid of their Cheerio things. Some Shatter Skulls, Blood Sun. Let's see what we can do with this. Cheerios is usually on Cheerio things. Just a little Scalding Tarn. Nothing to worry about, they said. Nothing to worry about. Put one of these into play tapped. Go ahead. Go fetch them basics. You know you want to, opponent. Wow. No respect for the basics. No respect. Oh, Besage you. All right. That's nasty. That's nasty. I'm going to throw a Chalice on 0. It hits a few things that I'm thinking about. Rhinos could be a thing here. If they truly are playing their Cheerios list, they're big on Mox Ambers and stuff like that. The Chalice on 0 might be enough here. I still feel like Blood Sun's probably our next play. It's a redraw. Kind of a pesky land for them to, a pesky thing for them to deal with, and it goes, you know, well with potentially top decks Lotus Fields. We're not really needing to probably cast Seasoned Pyromancer just yet. We wouldn't mind Shatter Skull Smashing here. Well, I mean, literally the last time we saw them in the league, they were playing the Cheerio list. So I guess for what it's worth, they were most definitely on one of those lists. I'm gonna keep land here and Seasoned Pyromancer in this Fury. My theory here is that the Bolt, while cute, doesn't need to happen. Do I ever play Lantern? Not really, no. And I think Lantern's probably slightly hosed right now with all the freebie spells. Prepping Fury here because they might cast their own Fury. Oh, Grazer. You got it. Did not put a land into play. All right, I'm going to cast my own Fury here. I've got Light Up the Knights to clear the sky. Basically, I want to clear this and then to try to attack for 4 and hoping that Chalice on 0 is stopping them. Okay. A little Bolt. The Bolt is interesting, as is the Arbor Grazer. So the Chalice on 0 may be doing something, but it may not. We don't know. We'll never know, chat. We'll never know. In for 4. 4, 8. Holy soggy. I don't hate the extra Seasoned Pyromancer here and leave myself with 1 Light Up the Night in the hand. Definitely don't now. I'm going to annihilate them next turn. I'm going to annihilate them next turn. We'll see if they can get out of this. Petty Theft's Blood Sun. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I will go for the W. Bolts away 1 thing. I attack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots and lots. 2, 3. So 3, 4, 5, and 1. This is lethal, but only just. Counters. I'm gonna play a bridge here. I think it's the safest thing I could be doing. Karn doesn't really do much. Blood Sun probably doesn't do much at this point. Blood Sun would stop a Valakut, but if they are on Scape Shift, they're going to have only 7 lands, and that's only 18 damage, so I'm fine there. I suppose I could play the Blood Sun instead, and my opponent then has trouble with that. Let's go ahead and bring a couple Boils in, and I don't think the Chalices did anything there. Let's do not a Damping Sphere. Well, we could. Let's bring a Chroma in for funsies. My opponent's some sort of Scape Shift list. All right, this is fun. Let's try this. Keep. I have 2 Strike It Riches, a Lotus Field that I'm going to not play later. Blood Sun is decent, at least. Opponent could have a counter spell for this, which would be awful. Scalding Turn. All right. Off to striking we go. Fetches. A little bit, but they were able to use it. We have a Wrenn in 6. This is where the Blood Sun would be great. Top deck land would be fantastic here. We got there. We got there. We're going to play the Blood Sun. They might have Force. Fires off the Scalding Tarn. Triome. Blood Sun stops the Wrenn in 6 from being a pain going forward. And we can really go here with the Strike It Riches and Lotus Fields to ramp us up. Opponent's got 1 spell, one card in their hand. Picked up a Wooded Foothills, I think it was. Play. Chandra? Whoops. Need to not hit W when casting that. I'm going to try to resolve Chandra. She seems pretty good if she does resolve. Up. Strike it. Pass turn. Now we can make tons of mana. All right, so they have some random card, maybe Petty Theft. Bounces Chandra. All right, yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really do anything here. Ren 6 is upticking here. Opponent's got some mana to play with. It's a Misty. Interesting card. I think I want to try to replay this Chandra. I like what Chandra can do for us. There's a Bolt. Let's go ahead and Bolt. How about Ren and 6? Keep that a little bit in check. Strike it. Pass turn. If they play the Brazen Borrower, that's totally fine. And if they attack with the Brazen Borrower, this 3 goes here. 1 from Fury goes here. They may want to hit me because they need my life total at below probably 18. Fury only kills 1 Grazer. This has to go to me. Nope. That's a mistake. I think this is a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they might need another answer for this. Up with Chandra always first. Light up the Knight's a cool one. Man, we have a lot we can do here. I guess let's start with Fury. Ping here, ping here, ping here for 2. Say okay. Light up this. X1. Use some of the mana here. Season Pyromancer. Ditch. Play land. Nope. We already played a land. Looks pretty good from my vantage point here. Growth Spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can kill me if they have Scape Shift. They don't. They have green locked up over here. So uptick Chandra. Do I just win here? I think I just win. Exile. This gets rid of the blocker. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I have a light up the Night down here. The light up the Night should be enough. I even can cast 1 Strike it with Rich as well. Oh, that has green. Yeah, but they only have 1 green untapped right now. They couldn't Scape Shift after they did their Growth Spiral. So I have to kill them here, which is very doable. So we win the match there. I'm saying that if that Growth Spiral found, they can't crack Misty to get me with the 8 lands, which would do 24 damage. That worked. It's a lot of damage. This is doing well. Doing surprisingly well. I don't like the Valakut Awakenings. That can be something else. Probably still a land, or at least 3 of them are a land. Oh. Problems. Problems. So I haven't missed the Angers that I took out. I haven't missed the Trinisphere. Definitely don't want those. The stuff I've put in hasn't really impacted either, though. I almost want a Sundering Titan in the sideboard. The way that Karn's been working here, you just get the Sundering Titan and blow up more lands. 2 copies of the Valakut Awakening. What's interesting, you can use the Valakut Awakening off a Lotus Field and start drawing cards too. Like, there's probably some value in it that I haven't seen yet. I'm just not thrilled with a tap land. Example, Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Like this hand, if this was a Blood Sun, I'd probably entertain the keep. I think I have to ship this away and look for strike-its and play to more strike-it hands. All right, this is a little more keepable. Chalice on 1. Valakut Awakening shenanigans. I now have to get rid of that, and I have a tap land. This is kind of the stuff I'm talking about. I'd love to be able to put the Chalice on 1, but I have this tap land. I could imagine 2 of these being Den of the Bugbears. I think that was suggested earlier. Nice. I will gladly play this and get the Chalice on 1. While it stops me from playing a 3-drop probably, this is money. Chalice on 1 is money. It's so much money, my opponent's just like, nope, I hate this game. I agree, opponent. It's a terrible game. Let's bring this Relic in over one of Valakut Awakening. This has protection from white and from blue. Unholy Heat gets it. Let's bring some Boils in for fun, too. Light Up the Nights feel hit and miss here. I mean, Blood Sun kind of feels like it, too, but in this case, we kind of want it. I hate this. I think I'm going to do 2 light ups out. I'm going to go 1 more Valakut, and we're going to just really risk what lands I have here. Chalice hoses Murktide? Debatable. Debatable. Oh, man. What a fun set of hands there. What a fun set of hands. I guess I should keep the lands in. All right. Making the most of killing that immediately. I'm sure my opponent has the second land this time around. All right, so opponent's got the lands this time. We have none. I think we're going to be going to quick game 3 here. I'll try to kill it. I'm assuming it's going to get countered. I almost want to concede here. I don't, well, they have 3 cards. It's only a 1/1. Onward we go. We'll find the lands. Yeah, you fill the graveyard, you find your second island or whatever, and then you, from there, get a Murktide. They would have been totally fine. This is now a 3/3. Looking for a land. We found it. I promise you it's getting countered. It's okay. We're going to still play. We're still playing. We're getting through the counter spells, trying to make things happen here. Seasoned Pyromancer, I think, is our next one. Here comes the big Murktide. Bridge is now the next one. If they counter the bridge, concede. Just kidding. Didn't hit it. All right. So let's bring the 2. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. This is cute. Boil was a bad idea. Bring up the lights. Let's go. More than 1 land. All right, we can keep this. We can keep this. We got some lands here we can work with. Opponent mulls to 6. It's just back and forth and who has the lands, who doesn't. MTGO hates us all. Bring 1 back, they say. They say bring 1 back. I don't know what we're bringing back. Shocks in the steam vents. I'm going to wait a turn. I'm going to wait a turn. I'm scared. I'm scared. See if this is the first spell of the game. I doubt it resolved. Oh, shoot, it resolved. It resolved. I'm a little surprised Seasoned Pyromancer resolved there. Does my opponent not have a counterspell? I'm confused. Shocks in the Steam Vents, puts a Darcy down. Bolt Darcy. Does not save it. Swing with the team here. Unholy Heats. I really actually feel like this is just a Seasoned Pyromancer turn and get rid of Chalice and Karn. I know it seems wild, but let's do it. My opponent clearly has a Spell Pierce in hand. They've had it up every single, like, chance. Dang it. EE on 0 is pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good opponent. It's pretty good. And a big Murktide, which I can kill here. I can kill this. So definitely kill. Swing and pass. What's up, KO Diamonds? What are we doing? What are we doing tonight, Diamond? Looking for that counter spell. I can promise you that. Did you find it? No, dang it. You're supposed to find it, opponent. Gosh dang it. Why do you do this to me? Attack. Wow, 2 damage. This is the weirdest game ever. You still see your name on the screen? Hit the refresh button. Look at all these Karns. Look at all these Karns. In for the damage. I'm not giving you counterspell stuff. 3 types in the yard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Archmage Charm. Trying to grow this. They do! Victory for our opponent. Victory. Well done, opponent. You know what's better than victory? Karn down tick. Say yes. What's that? Oh, Tormod's Crypt. Dang it. Play. Goodbye, Graveyard. Goodbye, Darcy. Concession. We have 3 damage here. We've got the Light Up the Night in the graveyard. We can fire that off. We can play a new Karn. This list just got a 4-1. What? This list just got a 4-1, babies. Wow. And that was a fast league, too. 1 hour. Pretty much on the dot with a water break. All right, so what do I not like? Man, I've got to understand that Valakut Awakening is probably decent for the draw aspect with the bridge, but I want this to be something else. I really, really do. It has to be probably a land, but give me a different utility one. Lightning Bolt was good. Strike It Rich was more impressive than I thought it would be. Light Up the Night and Chandra Fire Artisan was great. This was a Torch of Defiance initially, and I swapped that out. I'm 100% on this. I think you get rid of the Awakened Inferno and you bring in 2 more Torch of Defiance or Fire Artisan to lower your curve. You could even bring maybe the Storm Breath in, but that nombos a little bit with Bridge. Blood Sun was obviously decent. It went well with the Lotus field. I like that. Chroma's cute. Probably shouldn't play it. Boyle's cute. Probably shouldn't play it. I legit want a Sundering Titan in here. I want a Sundering Titan in the sideboard, and I think that's just because I could do Karn, and literally next turn I probably can play it off the Lotus field, which is kind of bonkers. So that's just something I see. I do agree with potentially like some dens. I know that the den gets kind of hosed with the Blood Sun. A lot of things do. That's okay. You know, that's just part of playing this list is you understand that Blood Sun is here to allow Lotus Field or something. I actually, in a weird instance of the list, wouldn't mind potentially a Flagstones on the off chance that you do Lotus Field. The problem is that you'd have to play some Sacred Foundries because you'd have to find them with the flagstones, but it's an interesting fallback of Lotus, and that's what you found, and you're having to sack 2 lands. So it's an interesting fallback. You could maybe do 2 and 2 Sacred Foundries, 2 Sacred Foundries in here. If you do have that little tiny splash of white, you could potentially play a white sideboard card, but I'd almost run the list as a mono red list still. But yeah, I think it's got to be like to something else. The tap land, I just didn't want 9 times out of 10 because I want to strike it or bolt my opponent's stuff. Even light up a monkey or something like that. I want to be doing that, or I want to do the Chalice on turn 2. Maybe I'm not supposed to put Chalice on 1. I have so many 1-drops. I don't know. It's a sweet list. It came from the Prison Discord. I enjoyed it. I might run it again. But this was like a Blood Sun Lotus Field list. Pretty sweet.